You guys remember the Great Recession? Now, for those of you that don't remember, let me take you on a little trip down memory lane, because who doesn't want to relive this? It was like the most riveting time in history. A sharp decline in economic activity that started in 2007 and lasted several years, considered the most significant downturn since the Great Depression, began when the U.S. housing market went from boom to bust and large amounts of mortgage-backed securities and derivatives plummeted in value. Now, at that time, all of my properties were acquired on borrowed money. I was leveraged to the hilt. I had millions and millions of dollars in loans against my properties, and I was sacrificing monthly cash flow because I could borrow large sums of money against my portfolio, and then I would take that money and I would lend it out. Needless to say, it was a very impressive house of cards. Now, if you recall, if you want to relive the carnage with me for a moment, in July of 2007, I was building 14,000 square foot ski in, ski out properties on the backside of Park City in an area called Deer Valley. I had a full page ad in Ski Magazine, July issue, full page ad, where we were selling these houses that cost us $7.5 million to build. We were selling them for $23 million in 1/9 shares. And we had 3 of these properties under construction at the time of the crash. That was July of 8. In August of 8, Bear Stearns goes bankrupt. In September of 8, Lehman Brothers goes down. In October of 8, the entire thing begins to unravel, and we then go into this long drought of massive foreclosures, massive layoffs, massive bankruptcies, companies just getting destroyed, and real estate values across the country just being decimated. I remember in Phoenix, a friend of mine had bought a house for $300,000 right around the first part of 2008. By the fall of 2010, that $300,000 house was worth $60 grand. Now for me, I lost 85 rental properties, lost them to foreclosure. They were upside down. I'd leveraged them to the hilt, values had plummeted. I lost 85 rental properties in foreclosure. Now I short sold as many of them as I could. Some of them the banks wouldn't deal. They went to foreclosure auction. $40 million that I had in construction-related projects went belly up. These were the houses we were building there in Deer Valley. I had several million of my own dollars out in private money loans that were upside down. I had also borrowed several million dollars in private money loans that I couldn't exit out of. I shut down my real estate agency and mortgage brokerage, so I was the principal broker of a company called Superior Realty, my company. I had 65 real estate agents that worked for me. I had almost 70 employees in August of 2008. By November of 2008, I had 4 employees. Think about that, 65 to 4. I closed my property management as well as my new construction divisions. I sold my home via short sale. It had appraised 6 months before the crash for $1.3 million. I sold it after the crash, $520,000 as a short sale. And with nothing left, I moved up to the Spokane, Washington area, which is how I ended up here in Coeur d'Alene. And I'll talk more about that in just a moment. This is my primary residence. Had to short sale it. This is up in Draper, Utah, overlooking the Salt Lake City Valley. With nothing less left, we packed everything up and moved the business to Idaho. Now, I landed here in this area. It was July of 2009 when I moved up here, literally on fumes. We had no money. All of my credit lines had been dried up or seized. Happy to report I did not file bankruptcy, even though every financial advisor or consultant I talked to said that I should. Lee, you need to file bankruptcy. I said, no, I'm not filing bankruptcy. I took on these commitments. I put my name on the dotted line. I'm going to solve this and work through every single one of these loans, every supplier, every subcontractor. I spoke to every single one of them, and we worked out deals with all of them. With nothing left, as we moved back up into the area, I had to borrow money from my whole life insurance policy just to cover the first and last month's rent on the house that I moved my wife and my 3 kids all under the age of 15 months. 3 kids in diapers, no money, on fumes. That was July of 2009. Here's what I gained. I learned how to broker money and how to be the most important player in the deal. I learned ways to incorporate multiple levels of income into my business. I learned a stable and burgeoning business in private money and real estate investing built on equity, not debt. Okay? I'm not talking about leveraging to the hilt here, you guys. I'm talking about helping other people gain access to funding so that they can buy these properties. They can take on all the tail. If you want to do it, that's great. But if all you want to do is be the facilitator of the transaction and have that $45,000, $50,000 month with no tail, that's a good life. I now am able to help others live the life they want, which allows me and my staff to live the lives that we want. I have a deeper understanding of market cycles and how to protect my family and business in every one of them. I have a dependable set of priorities: God, family, my employees, and my clients. And I live and work by these core values. We are dependable, we are driven, we are determined, and we are diligent to help you, our clients, produce and achieve the level of success that you are looking to achieve. Said differently, you guys, if it wasn't for the business of private money brokering, I don't know that any of us would be standing here right now, because I started brokering loans back in 2002. I did it through the run-up of the crash. With nothing left, I rebuilt the business by starting with brokering loans. It is the core fundamental business of real estate. And a lot of people think that real estate is the business. That's not true. Because in the absence of finances, you can't buy the real estate. So by providing the capital to the investors that want to buy the real estate, we are fueling the entire market. And anybody who wants to buy, fix, and flip real estate have to come through us. It's a very good place to be.